Good afternoon, Gibsonburg United Methodist Church. Pastor Nick checking in with you here on this beautiful day. I'm just going to get into John chapter 14. I'm trying to trim down my videos a bit. So it says, "Let not your hearts be troubled. Believe in God. Believe also in me. In my Father's house are many rooms. If it were not so, would I have told you that I go to prepare a place for you? And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and will take you to myself, that where I am, you may be also. And you know the way to where I am going." Thomas said to him, "Lord, we do not know where you are going. How can we know the way?" Jesus said to him, "I am the way and the truth and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. If you had known me, you would have known my Father also. From now on, you do know him and have seen him." Philip said to him, "Lord, show us the Father, and it is enough for us." Jesus said to him, "Have I been with you so long, and you still do not know me, Philip? Whoever has seen me has seen the Father. How can you say, 'Show us the Father'? Do you not believe that I am in the Father and the Father is in me? The words that I say to you I do not speak on my own authority, but the Father who dwells in me does his works. Believe me that I am in the Father, and the Father is in me, or else believe on account of the works themselves. Truly, truly, I say to you, whoever believes in me will also do the works that I do, and greater works than these will he do, because I am going to the Father. Whatever you ask in my name, this I will do, and the Father may be glorified in the Son. If you ask me anything in my name, I will do it." Now, what was key verse out of this is verse 9, and it's from my devotional this morning. And the devotional puts it this way: "Have I been so long time with you? Have I been so long time with you, and yet hast thou not known me, Philip?" I think what's really interesting is, the disciples were traveling with Jesus, literally living day in, day out with him, and still struggle with what it means to follow, and still struggle with, looking to who the Father is. But here, Jesus is telling them, you've been with me all these days. If you know me, you know the Father. In the devotional, and then I should say later on, then they're talking about verse 12. "Truly, truly, I say to you, whoever believes in me will also do the works that I do, and greater works than these will he do, because I am going to the Father." So believing is showing your faith. That's simply it. It's doing the works, not because you get something in return, but because you want to follow Christ. In the devotional, it says it this way. In the response to "Lord, show us the Father," Jesus responds, "There he is always, here or nowhere." Now, it continues on to say, "We look for God to manifest himself to his children, but God only manifests himself in his children." It's kind of like what Max said Sunday, that when the church loves, the world is blessed. That when we begin to do what we're called, we can impact the world. And when we are called to that love, we have to be willing to step out. For the past month or so, down at our outreach center, we've been handing out meals 3 days a week. And that is love. That is finding a need and being there. And another aspect of that is, one thing that I think is taken granted, is that the people receiving the meals, we do not look down on them, not because obviously we shouldn't, but because I struggle with being in their shoes. Not only the fact that they cannot provide food for their families, or they're really struggling to be able to do so. Now they are having to step out and being willing to receive a blessing, being willing to, it's a sacrifice, really. I hear a lot of people who say, well, they really must not be in that need if they're not willing to do this. Or if they don't want to come, they must not really need it. I think that's an incorrect statement. I think it's showing that where your heart is that you lack compassion in that, saying that, because you're not understanding where these people are. You're not understanding that it takes a lot to basically sacrificing yourself, swallowing your pride. And I really hate to say it that way, but that's essentially what it is. Swallowing your pride and allowing others to be a blessing to you. So those of you, if you're able to watch and you have received meal, or you've heard about the meals, I want to thank you for allowing us to be a blessing to you. And truly, if you are in need, be able to step up and receive a blessing. Because I think one of the greatest human things that we struggle with is pride. And there's pride in many forms. And if you are someone in need, please do not fear that there's any judgment. Do not fear that there's any stipulations or any consequences coming to the meals, or even to the services that we are doing online. Be willing to be vulnerable so that you can be blessed. And to the other people in our congregation, our community, understand where your heart is. Sometimes you have to analyze why you say the things that you say, and understand what your motivations are in those statements. I was in a meeting with a member of our church, and I'm probably going to say it incorrectly, but it was referring to people's actions are motivated by how they think they should act. I think is how he phrased it, meaning that people always just kind of have a inherent response sometimes because they think they're supposed to act this way. But sometimes we have to, go back and analyze, well, maybe was that the right action? Maybe was I supposed to say that? What was my motivation in doing this? So going back to that verse 9, Jesus said to him, being Philip, "Have I been with you so long, and still you do not know me, Philip? Whoever has seen me has seen the Father. How can you say, 'Show us the Father'?" So if you've been following the church, if you've been in a church most of your life, I hope you are not Philip. But if you are, maybe today is the day that you begin to see, okay, maybe I begin to show and live out my faith. So Gibsonburg United Methodist Church, I pray to all of you that you all have a blessed day and are able to continue to be a blessing and encouragement to those around you. And I just want to remind everyone, hey, in the comments below, please tell me where you're watching from, who you are, and how you heard. If you're new to watching, who pointed you to these videos, how you saw them. It's really a great tool for us to be able to track things. So Gibsonburg United Methodist Church, I pray you have a wonderful day and go in peace. Amen.